Greetings. AIPAC, they done it again. They brought another congressional seat where they defeated Jamaal Bowman. They put a whole bunch of money in a smear campaign and ads to defeat Jamaal Bowman, and they successfully done it. The reason why they targeted Jamaal Bowman because he was very outspoken on what's going on in the Gaza Strip, calling it what it is, calling it a genocide, calling it an ethnic cleansing, calling for a ceasefire. But not only that, but he particularly called out AIPAC, called them out by name, saying how they are putting their money and they are backing how they got politicians in their pocket. And APAC no like that, and they targeted him. They put in $17 million in this one district, the most expensive uh, congressional campaign ever, and they did a smear campaign against Bowman. If you watch television, like I really don't watch that much of, I do the streaming, but like just at work on my break, a 30-minute break, I would see multiple ads about Jamal Bowman discrediting this man and smearing him, propaganda campaign. One of the things that they said about Jamal Bowman is that they said he was anti the Biden agenda, which is funny to me because Joe Biden ran on the Build Back Better program with stuff that would have extended the child tax credit, which um, which cut down child poverty by 50%. It would have added dental and visual to the Medicare. It had maternity leave, universal child care stuff that really helps people. And Jamal Bowman, along with the squad, along with the progressives, they were really behind that. And it was the corporate Democrats who killed that bill. People like Joe Manchin and Christian Cinema. Yet they put this label of anti-Biden agenda on Jamal Bowman, and is bugged out because. But another. Not only did they put all this money because he was grossly outspent. They say he was outspent $20 million to two. So it makes it very hard to win a campaign in this system like that. So, but another grimy thing that they did was that they restructured the district on him. So now his district, it contains the Bronx and now a larger part of Westchester County. And he lost to George Latimer. George Latimer won 58.4 to 41.6. And in Westchester County, which is now a larger part of the district, out of nowhere, he Latimer won 63 to 37. But in the original district in the Bronx, Jabal Bowman won overwhelmingly 84 to 16%. And it's a lot of people, not a lot, well, it seemed like a lot of people that I talk to, people that I see on, on social media, they have this taste and they don't want to vote. And they say, what is the use? And stuff like this is reason why, because it's definitely the system is rigged. Look at the grimy and dirty tricks that's happening. Although by you not voting, you're giving them what they want because they don't want you to vote anyway. But George Latimer, um, so-called Democrat, he he was supported by AIPAC, and a lot of Republicans supported him too. Because what happens in districts where Republicans can't win, they just put their money and back in the Democrat that they're choosing. And that's what happened in this. With George Latimer, who is he said there would never be a climate bill under his name. He's against Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood supported Joel Bowman, by the way, and he's against taxing the wealthy. So that he's not my type of candidate to even stamp that point further. Hillary Clinton came out of her cave and endorsed George Latimer. I don't know who asked her anything, but she gave her 2 cents for worth. Um, and so George Latimer once he was in a car accident where he ran a red light, and he lied to the police, and he said that the reason he didn't see the red light because the sun was in his eyes, even though at that time of day the sun was below the horizon, and he ran into another car and then ran into a fence into somebody's backyard. Um, and the other car that he ran into, the woman had suffered severe and permanent injuries. And George Latimer was driving one of his staffers' car because his registration was suspended because of all of the multiple parking violations that he had. And on top of that, supposedly he was going to see his boo thing, his secret lover, that he secured a job for, a six-figure job in a field where she has no experience in. So, I mean, that sounds like corruption to me. But this this story wasn't in the news for some reason. Like, you think that would be brought up during I didn't hear about this till after the campaign. You know, so if Jamal Bowman would have did anything like that, that would have been all over the front pages of the news. That would have been in the commercials. But stuff like that don't seem to hurt George Latimer. And this is not anything new. This has happened before. Um, this happened to Nina Turner. AIPAC put their money in, and uh, Democrats and Republicans have come together. Trump supporting Republicans, people like New England Patriot owner Robert Kraft, and Democrats like Reverend Jim Clyburn. They all came together and put their money into defeat Nina Turner, smear campaign against her, and a relatively unknown Chantel Brown came out of nowhere, and they won, and she won. Um, they did this to a man named Levin, I forgot his first name, in Michigan somewhere, who is Jewish and a self-proclaimed Zionist, but AIPAC said that he wasn't sufficiently pro-Israel enough, and they put their money and they beat him. Um, they have failed a couple of times. They tried to be AOC, they tried to be Summer Lee, and they failed. And now after beating Jamal Bowman, they say they're going after Cori Bush next. And then we live in a society in America where in 27 states, if you have a contracted job, you cannot boycott Israel. Um, People like Breonna Joy Gray got fired from the Hill for her speaking out against Israel. Candace Owens from the Daily Wire was speaking out against Israel. Mehdi Hassan from MSNBC, very critical of Israel, he was fired. And I remember when Malcolm Hill was fired for CNN, that was because he was speaking out against Israel. And now, with the ousting of politicians for speaking out against Israel, I mean, this is not new, but still, in the big picture, that's going to make people more afraid to speak out. It's going to be less people speaking out against what Israel is doing, because look what happens when you do. And this is crazy. This is a foreign government having a foreign interest having a direct effect on what's happening in America politics. Like, and because it's Israel, supposedly it's okay. If this was Russia or China doing this, people would be having a fit. But Israel's doing it, and it's crickets. I mean, the system is rigged, definitely, y'all. Definitely, y'all. I'm out. Peace.